the plaintiffs or whoever's trying to, they want to put her away because they don't like her. Like, it's a personal issue.
This is a personal vendetta.
All she know is she needs to shut up about these politics and just, I don't know. I think they're gonna get her questions for how long.
I mean, I think they're gonna give her probably a 2 to 5 year bid.
Man, I don't see it.
Dude, that's what people said about Remy Ma because the stuff was flimsy.
But she shot somebody.
But it was flimsy on evidence. Yeah, we can all know that.
She admitted that I shot the bitch.
Exactly. But it's not about what you know, it's what you can prove. If they truly proved that she was whatever, then she would have done 10 years. Because remember, New York, just like DC.
Just like Plexico, he shot himself in the leg, he went in jail.
Yeah, but Plexico's a fucking idiot. There's a difference. Again, Remy Ma only went to jail for as long as she did because what they could prove is that she had a gun illegally.
Right.
Couldn't prove that she shot the person. It's not about what you know. We all know she shot it. We just can't prove she shot her. You gotta have the casings and the evidence and the witnesses. If all we find on you is the gun, I only give you the gun thing. You're not supposed to have a gun. Mm-hmm. We can run the tags on it, but if you got shot with a 38 and this shit is a 45, what the fuck we gonna do? Can't just mix it up. I mean, we can't do no bullshit. Like, that's why one of the Supreme Court cases got tossed out because the prosecutor had a hard-on for killing this nigga. And it's like, we might know this man stabbed somebody, but we don't have fucking evidence. Doesn't matter. You can't just say, yeah, he's guilty. That's just not some shit.
You gotta have the evidence. But when you got witnesses who's also telling their story, and it's two of them. I think it's two of them versus her. So
yeah, they gonna win. They gonna win. So it's not even a question of how much. It's not a question of if she's going to jail. It's how much time she gonna. I think she's gonna do 2 to 5 years because she's likely.
But is it aggravated assault?
If she has a good lawyer, the good lawyer is gonna say, take the aggravated assault. Yeah. Don't take the assault with intent to do deadly harm. Because if you take that, that's 10 years.
Damn. But the Lakers ain't got nobody yet.
Lakers ain't. But there's nothing you can do. Like, at this point in time, like, you just gonna have to take the bid.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, kiss your daughter. I know there's this rumor circulating about you being pregnant, but that's likely bullshit. Because if you are, I mean, you're gonna see two. You're gonna miss 2 kids' birthdays.
That's sad, bro.
I mean, no, it's not sad. You should have never done the dumb shit. Like, again, I don't know why people...
Hold on.
Jay-Z showed y'all a blueprint for getting somebody fucked up. Have your man do it. Let him take the time for you.
That's true.
P. Diddy showed you the same thing.
Yeah, but he fucked him over, though.
No, yeah, P. Diddy's a snake. But we all knew P. Diddy was a snake. You should never fucking do something for... P. Diddy been a snake since the beginning. You saw he fucked his own boy Biggie over. Yeah. So, like, if this nigga will fuck over the greatest rappers of all time over someone who had a large deal, this nigga... Yeah, he took care of Big's kids, but I mean, Faith Evans could have done that shit alone.
Yo, what is the exact thing that she did? All I know is she got into it with somebody. Like, what was it?
Faith?
No, Cardi.
It was an assault. She got into a fight.
Yeah, but again, there's a fight and then there's beating someone. Cardi B beat that bitch's ass.
But it was 2 of them.
Nigga, it don't matter if your fist is...
Like I said, man, I think the most she's gonna get is just probation or something.
She's not going to get probation because New York wouldn't be pursuing this as hard. New York has a reputation for being hard on criminals besides Trump.
Cause this nigga, the rapper, the baby, that nigga be whooping niggas' asses.
But he whooped niggas in red states.
Bro, that shit's on camera.
This nigga's beating niggas' asses, man.
In a red state, sir.
I have not listened to his music. Is it trash?
I don't know. Is his music
good?
Straight. It's straight.
No, his music actually good.
If not like... He can stand on the street cred.
He's not like lyrics, but it's just like you go to a party or something.
Yeah, you want to party and hang out. I'm going to
bed. Ain't that nigga like 5 feet?
Yeah, he's not tall, but
he's not tall.
He kind of swole, but he knows how to fight.
And he killed a nigga before.
He
got plenty of street cred.
The nigga ain't playing out here. That's all you know.
He'll shoot you.
You know this. The baby always do shit in red states. Ohio, North Carolina. This nigga understands the big game. St. Louis. Missouri. Red state. This nigga knows. Go to the red states. You can act a fool there. Don't be caught doing no stupid shit in New York. And that's what Cardi B didn't learn.
But nobody should be doing stupid shit. Everybody with money should chill out.
I mean, no. Chill out if you in a blue state. Especially New York. New York's got a hard on for putting black people away. They've had it since forever. New York is one of the places where we had Wall Street where they used to sell your ancestors. New York ain't never gave a fuck about a black life. Don't let nobody over here because we had one governor who was partially blind and fuck all that. Doesn't matter if the nigga was light skinned. New York wants to put you away in jail, and they will find a way if you give it to them.
I mean, since before Giuliani, had been Pretty
no,
much.
Giuliani was just upfront with you, like, yeah, I fucking hate niggas. Like, that's what he was. It was like, no, I straight up hate niggas. Yeah. Fuck all of y'all. I hope you all die, and I don't want any of y'all in my city. I'm trying to price y'all out, but they won't let me do this rent control bullshit. But we'll just make the community shittier and shittier to where now we give housing codes and we start tearing shit down. Like, that's what New York is famous for. Tearing shit down and being like, oh man, the apartments, they're getting too shitty. We had to take it back.
Well, if you go there now, that shit looks totally different.
They're gentrifying the shit out of everything.
They're literally taking over New York one borough at a time.
Is this like how they're doing down here?
Yeah.
But the thing about Atlanta is at least enough black people in Atlanta own property to where they can't just gentrify. Like, they're definitely West Side is gone.
Like Decatur too. Like, you've been
Decatur? No, Decatur, but Decatur, a lot of
city of Decatur, not Decatur.
Well,
you're right.
But the city of Decatur, a lot of black folks, when those white people were coming around with money, they sold their grandmother's houses. And black people, stop selling your fucking grandmother's house.
That's true.
That is how gentrification spreads. Yeah. If grandma's house is fucked up, fix it up, rent it out, but don't fucking sell it. Because when you sell it,
that's a fact.
The moment you do that, you are like, all right, we're 3 houses away from gentrification. Because that's how these white folks operate. It's how they've always operated. Wait, watch it. In our lifetime, the suburbs are going to become the hot thing again, and it's going to flip again, and the city's going to become shitty, and the suburbs are going to be these nice little sort of central.
We're moving to the city of Stonecrest.
Exactly, we're moving to the city of
so
Stonecrest.
Wonderful.
And that's why, like, that road over there off of 74, that road, how now it's open and they've got all these nice buildings that they're going to be building out there, and they're going to make a huge city hall. They ain't doing that
I
shit.
I got a question for y'all, because I believe, I don't know if y'all feel the same thing. Most valuable thing to own in this world is property, right?
Property
yes
and
or
land.
No? Property and land.
Two things we're not making any more of.
That's the most valuable thing to own.
Correct.
Okay. How do you get that message through people's heads?
You can't.
Because at the same time, even though that's the most valuable thing to own, guess what? They make it harder for you to attain.
A lot
things.
of even...
No. The problem is a lot of people don't think on a small plan. We talked about this before.
I think a lot of people, even the kids, white kids, aren't even owning land.
Like, right. White kids aren't. Their parents are passing it down.
Their parents are passing it down, but even them, I think they'll sell it because the way that
well, that's what the Chinese want.
The millennials are working. They don't want to own shit because they don't feel like
not millennials,
zillennials.
Millennials want to own
zillennials.
Zillennials are Generation Z. We call them Zillennials because it's easier.
Because they're renting. They're not even buying fucking houses. It's like, what's the point?
They don't want to own cars. They don't want to own anything because they see that acquiring paper is great. The historical
how do you
lesson
get that shit through people's heads?
The historical lesson that Zillennials fail at is that it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't have anything behind it, if the American economy tanks, guess what? Your money's now fucking monopoly money because you don't own anything. Owning things.
But the U.S. government's just going to print more.
Exactly. That's what they think.
But that's what they do.
They're like, the U.S. government's going to print more. You realize that's the Federal Reserve. They own all the money. And at any point, they could say, we're not printing anymore. And you're just going to be like...
I don't think they'll do that.
No, they will.
They're going to print more and say, yes, this dollar is still a dollar, but it only can get you
the federal government,
one slice out of this loaf of bread.
As one of our friends, you may know him as the angry black man. You know who I'm talking about. Went on a trip with us to Vegas, asked some inappropriate questions.
The libertarian.
Our libertarian friend. As people have reported before, the Federal Reserve has been trying to devalue the dollar for like the last 30 years. And so now their current plan is to devalue it 33% over the next 20 years. Mm-hmm. So this came out in 2012. So as you see, they've been slowly raising interest rates, even though how many people here think the economy is just booming? Like you could just quit a job, get another one in a moment.
I know white people are saying it.
No, white people are saying that.
But no, it's still the same. It's still fucked
exactly.
up.
It's not that much different than Obama.
Why are we continuing to raise our interest rate or pause on interest rates? We should be lowering that shit now so that people want to invest.
I thought that was more of a Trump thing.
I mean, but Trump doesn't get to choose Fed chairman. Remember,
no, I'm saying
they're independent.
Correct. I think they're just trying to screw him over for the economy.
But screwing over Trump would be one thing, but they've been on this plan since Obama. And that was 2012 when they were starting their bullshit moves, and now we're 2019. So that's 2 presidents. And they
kind of kept interest rates slower as far as the raise.
But they were still raising it, even though the economy really, if you look at,
I think they stalled it for 3 years on them, right?
They had to stall in 2008 because literally people were losing their houses. It's hard to just raise shit.
No, it ain't. They'll do it.
I mean, depending on who it is, yeah. But the easiest way to get it into your younger kids' heads, so talking about the Zillennials here, is you need to have the relationship with your kids where you could talk about money. Like that's something I talk about because I do a community program where I reach out to children in different households and whatnot. And that's one thing. Like I've always told them, is like, I mean, it don't matter how much money you make, because at the end of the day, if I say that now your money is worth nothing, what are you going to do? They're like, well, I'm going to get a gun. Well, sir, you didn't have money to begin with, so how are you just going to get a gun? And also, what are you going to do? You think the police are going to stop working? Because no, the state is still going to employ them. Exactly. The police are going to be, in fact, the police are probably going to get new friends. They're called the National Guard. And when you act out of line, they will put your ass down like a dog in the street. And at which point kids are like, oh, I didn't know. Yes, the government can deploy the National Guard whenever they fucking want as soon as we have a state of emergency, which is bullshit for your governor's like, all right, well, fuck them niggas. So the only way to get into them is to have kind of a relationship with your kids where you can talk honestly. Because, I mean, I talk all the time. I'm like, dude, you can do anything you want as long as you won't get caught. At the same time, please know, everything that you're thinking, somebody has thought, and they thought of it better. And you are not the person who's going to be making some master plan. And most of the time they get it. Now, like, we've gotten to the point where they're like, all right, I don't really want to go to college, so let me go to the Army, or I need to go to trade school. Like, we're talking realistically.
Who's thinking that?
These fucking kids that I'm mentoring
or the kids you mentor to.
The kids I'm mentoring to.
The regular kids around the street that ain't getting mentored, it's talking about, I'm going to be a YouTube star.
I know, but
I'm going to be a streamer.
Again, you can't save everybody. And that's the problem that black people have been dealing with for a long time. We try to save niggas when niggas want nigga things. Mm-hmm. Like, if we all got reparations today and had $1 million, niggas is going to go out and buy Bugattis and try to move into
I'll go buy me a Bugatti. I'm going to lease it for a couple of days. I'm going to lease it.
It's just like how Dave Chappelle made that skit.
Right.
Niggas is going out buying
Dave Chappelle's
so y'all wouldn't buy some shit.
Right.
Yeah, I would buy some shit, but I'm not going to spend it all. I'm not spending all the money.
I would probably lease cars. I wouldn't buy one.
I wouldn't even lease anything new. I would wait for y'all niggas to run out of money and be like, oh, yeah, I ran out of money too. Meanwhile, just watching my net worth go up.
Right. I'm going to buy a lot of property, own
like
some
on
shit.
The inside of my house,
I'm definitely going to get me something nice.
Just the same.
Take $100,000 to fuck off.
That's nice.
I mean, that's
something nice is going to come out of that $100,000. The rest of the money, I'm going to do something smart with.
I mean, again, if you got $1 million and you only fucked over 100,000 of it, then that's way better than statistically.
That's all.
Yeah, statistically, I'm fucking over 700,000 of it.
Statistically, most
it's unnecessary. You can get everything you want with $100,000.
You
right
don't understand.
What do you want that's more than $100,000?
No. You have to talk to him because he's a resident 50-50. He's half nigga, half black man.
What you don't understand is you can wake up and do whatever the fuck you want to do.
I'm gonna
that
have
day.
like 3 prostitutes
that 100,000
in my bed.
That 100,000 nigga buy bottles. Niggas gotta come with me. I'm buying all the bottles. That night right there was 10 bands.
I'm only taking a couple niggas.
Like, I'm gonna be more realistic.
Nah,
that's why I said 700. But it's gonna be at least 2-3.
That's why you gotta get married. My wife is gonna be like, no.
My wife,
like, you
right.
Nigga,
I'm not
single.
Married.
You're right. Let's talk about it.
Marriage is for broke people.
No, I mean, actually,
I'm married though. Me and my wife.
I got prostitutes now.
Marriage tends to be a thing of broke people. By broke, what we mean is people who are not in the 1%. When you're in the 1%, marriages are optional unless you're running for office. So marriage is the thing that the 99% should be investing in that most of us don't invest in. And then we look at us and we're like, oh man, why am I paying so many taxes? Meanwhile, somebody like yourself who is married is like, that 10%, man, you can do a lot with that 10% over 10 years.
You can.
10 years compounded, that shit look real nice.
It does.
They going to fuck that 10%.
It does.
You make some more money. Remember, because she can take half.
She could, but I want to be smart for her. I don't have shit.
Exactly. It'll be a story similar to my aunt. She's been paying, spousal support for her nigga for forever.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because she was the breadwinner. Yeah. When that's the thing that, again, this is why you have to plan the whole thing out. When you're getting married, you have to always know at what point do I need to have a renewal of prenups. Because at some point in time, you're going to acquire so much stuff to where you're like, if I lose half of it, I'm going down for a murder charge before I lose half of this shit. Yeah. And that's the problem, is people don't think that out. Then they try to hire somebody, and guess what? You just hired the FBI, and now your whole shit is fucked. Whereas if you do something where you're like, all right, this is what you have. Or also, part of it is you need to just let somebody know, like, look, I've got a certain amount of money I put into the household, but you should always, regardless of you're male or female or who you're dating or whatever, you should always put about 10% of your income into a just you account. Now, I don't say that you go buy a Bugatti with that shit or that you use it for whatever, but you just need to have some fruits of your labor.
I try to do that. I try to make.
But that's what our homeboy
me
started doing, because his wife is, she just blows money. He's like, this shit's getting crazy.
See, your homeboy made a bad decision on who he married. Like,
you have to talk about it, King.
You have to always know who your spouse is.
I know.